So, one of the most common questions that I get asked as a homeschool mom is, do homeschooled kids have any friends? Aren't your homeschooled kids lonely? But the truth is that my kids do have lots of friends and they're definitely not lonely. So, in this video, I want to talk about socialization, what it is, and how exactly it is that homeschool families do it. So please hit like on this video and subscribe to the channel so that you'll get notified whenever a new video is released. Okay, so first we need to define what socialization is, and then we can talk about how homeschool families do this thing called socialization. So socialization is the process of getting to know other people. It's how we learn to behave in a way that our society accepts. Through the process of socialization, we learn the behaviors and the values of our culture. And this is a process that continues throughout our lifetime. So it's something that we start doing when we're young and that we continue our whole life long. Primary socialization is something that happens in childhood. And it happens when kids see how adults and others around them respond to a situation. It's how kids form their opinions and their values and their attitudes. And it's really important because it's the first kind of socialization that kids experience. Anticipatory socialization is another kind. And this is what happens when we practice for a future event. So, for example, when kids in school are studying and learning about a future career, they're practicing anticipatory socialization. They're getting ready for that future event. And this is something that we do as adults too, when we're learning about a new experience or preparing for something new. So, for example, when you were pregnant with your child, you probably practiced some anticipatory socialization as you got ready for the birth of that child. And then re-socialization is a third kind. And that's what happens when life events cause us to change our views. So for many people, the time period that we're living through now is a time period of re-socialization as we're learning to rethink our views about healthcare, for example, or about being social and part of a community in general, just as recent world events have caused us to do that. So there are lots of different kinds of socialization, but really the point is that it's how we learn how to behave in a way that our society accepts. So there are lots of different ways to help our children get some socialization. And I just want to share some encouragement that homeschool children can be socialized. And often the socialization that homeschooled kids get is actually better than in public school. I want to share a quote from Stetson University researcher Richard G. Medlin, and this is from his research paper, Homeschooling and the Question of Socialization Revisited. Here's what he says. Compared to children attending conventional schools, research suggests that homeschooled children have higher quality friendships and better relationships with their parents and other adults. They are happy, optimistic, and satisfied with their lives. Their moral reasoning is at least as advanced as that of other children, and they may be more likely to act unselfishly. As adolescents, they have a strong sense of social responsibility and exhibit less emotional turmoil and problem behaviors than their peers. Those who go on to college are socially involved and open to new experiences. Adults who were homeschooled as children are civically engaged and functioning competently in every way measured so far. So there's lots of research out there that shows that actually homeschooled kids are very well socialized in general, as long as their families make that a priority. So in the next video, I'm going to share some ideas about how homeschool families do this process of socialization. So please stay tuned for that one and hit like and subscribe to this video so that you get notified when new videos are released. And please share in the comments, how do you socialize your kids?